If you're watching this, know that I took these actions for the safety of the world, preparing for the worst-case scenario against the greatest potential threat to humanity, the Justice League. Over the years, we've seen the League infiltrated, mind-controlled and influenced, turning Earth's greatest protectors into its greatest threats. It would be irresponsible not to have contingency plans for extreme emergencies. However, I worry there might not always be a safe way to disarm, capture, or apprehend my friends. I hope these plans never fall into the hands of villains like Lex Luthor, and I pray we never have to use them. Contingency Plan, codename Big Blue. Name Clark Kent, also known as Superman. Powers: super strength, speed, flight, heat vision, cold breath, super hearing, and near impervious to man-made weapons. This won't be an easy fight. Not much can hurt Clark. I've contemplated utilizing magic and red suns, but they aren't reliable. The best course of action involves a multi-step approach. First, powerful sound wave emitters will distract him, disorienting the Man of Steel. Meanwhile, an automated gun, crafted from lead to shield against his X-ray vision, fires a kryptonite bullet. The aim is to strike a vital area for a direct hit. This kryptonite bullet will weaken and most likely be fatal. This plan is designed as a last resort. If it fails, then God help us all. I'm sorry, Clark. Contingency Plan, codename Princess. Name Diana Prince, also known as Wonderwoman. Powers: super strength, speed, agility, flight, near invulnerability. Basically, almost all of Superman's powers without his weaknesses. She also has extensive combat training from Themyscira and wields an arsenal of weapons, including the lasso of truth. If Superman is available, he can assist in taking her down. As a backup, we'll need heavy hitters to wear her down due to her lack of weaknesses. Magical items might also help. I'll consult with Zatanna or Constantine about potential artifacts. If she loses her morality, she could become too powerful to handle without preparation. This highlights why these plans are crucial. We must be ready to deal with gods and beings from other worlds. Preparedness is key to managing even the most formidable threats. Contingency Plan, codename Scarlet. Barry Allen, known as the Flash, harnesses the Speed Force, granting him extraordinary speed, including rapid thought and reactions. His compassion might be his vulnerability, but if controlled, this weakness may be ineffective. To counter him, we will study the rogues and their weapons and consider enlisting other speedsters like Wally West. Poisons are ineffective due to Barry's metabolism. Additionally, we should explore the potential of the metahuman turtle if he can be controlled to slow Barry down. Replicating Turtle's powers into a device or developing speed dampeners are potential options. We need to contact Star Labs for assistance but can't let them know why. Analysis of the Speed Force will be crucial for effective countermeasures. Ideally, this plan will remain unused. Despite our differences, Barry and I share a similar drive, with him embodying the light and me representing the dark. Contingency Plan, codename Emerald Knight. Names Hal Jordan, Green Lantern. Powers: wields a Green Lantern power ring, granting immense energy manipulation and construct creation based on willpower. Plan: Hal's strength is his willpower, making him a formidable Green Lantern, but he's vulnerable to fear-based attacks. Use Jonathan Crane's fear toxin to induce fear or self-doubt, undermining his ring's effectiveness. When distracted, either break or amputate his ring hand, making him powerless and vulnerable. If possible, enlist Superman or Wonderwoman for a more direct approach, as they have previously destroyed Hal's constructs if the fear toxin doesn't work. Note: I possess a Sinestro ring, but my inexperience with it is a drawback. Hal is a tough opponent and beloved, making it hard to rally others against him. However, if necessary, I'll act as needed. Batman Contingency Plan, codename Martian. Team John Jones, Martian Manhunter. Powers: strength comparable to Superman, flight, telepathy, heat vision, intangibility, regeneration, and more. Plan: use Superman or Wonder Woman to distract John, as few can physically match him. Set up a trap combining Scarecrow's fear toxin and magnesium to exploit John's fear of fire. The fear toxin will amplify his fear, and magnesium will cause intense burning. Ensure the trap maximizes exposure and limits his escape. Consult Superman about the Phantom Zone for containment options, but keep this reason confidential. The plan must be non-lethal, and backup strategies should be in place if John overcomes the trap, or if Superman is incapacitated. We get only one chance, and if we fail, John will use his knowledge against us. Contingency plan. Codename: Finding Nemo. Name: Arthur Curry, Aquaman. Powers: water manipulation, telepathic communication with marine life, superhuman strength. Plan: lure Aquaman to land with a diversion. Once on land, use a hero with speed or flight to relocate him to the Atacama Desert in Chile. Once there, try to administer Scarecrow toxins designed to induce hydrophobia and fear of water, making him avoid water sources. This renders him vulnerable in the desert's arid conditions. Ensure the toxin's effects are reversible to keep this plan non-lethal. Arthur is still our friend, and we owe it to him to try to help him in the event of mind control or brainwashing. The success of this plan depends on Aquaman leaving the ocean. If he remains in water, he remains nearly unstoppable, capable of using the Atlantean army and sea life to cause widespread destruction. Batman Contingency Plan. Codename: Robin Hood. Name: Oliver Queen, Green Arrow. Powers: no superpowers, but expert-level marksman and swordsman. Hand-to-hand combat expert. We have fought several times over the years, but Oliver lacks my training. In a physical fight, I hold the advantage. At a distance, he is a threat due to his variety of arrows, but I'm not an easy target. The goal is to remove his bow from the equation. Severing the string or destroying the bow outright would be most efficient. Forcing him into a close-range fight is optimal. Although Oliver wouldn't be world-destroying if he turned evil or was controlled, he knows everything about the League, so it's something we can't leave unchecked. Pretty confident Damian could handle him, or even Alfred. Batman Contingency Plan. Codename: Birdman. Din Carter Hall, the Hawkman. Powers: enhanced strength, durability, and flight. Utilizes nth metal. Expert combat skills with various weapons. Near immortal due to repeated reincarnations. Plan: Carter excels in aerial combat, so grounding him is crucial. His pride can be used to trap him, as he will welcome any fight, so we abuse that, and either attempt to cut his wings or entangle them to render them useless. Once on the ground, his raw strength and warrior skills are significant, but my superior speed, training, and fighting skills should secure victory. In other words, easy W. I am him. The main threat is Shira, the Hawk Girl. Together they form a deadly duo. Given their reincarnation cycle, however, once they meet again, it's followed by Carter's death, which might be an unintended outcome. I miss Selina. She was my boo-thang. Batman Contingency Plan. Codename: Norton Antivirus. Name: Victor Stone, also known as Cyborg. Powers: cybernetically enhanced with apocalyptian technology, advanced weaponry, and machine communication. Plan: Victor's adaptability and tech integration present a significant challenge. To counter this, I've embedded a virus in his systems that, when activated by a specific button on my utility belt, delivers a severe electrical shock, temporarily disabling his and rendering him unconscious. This vulnerability allows me to disarm his dangerous components and work on restoring his systems and bringing him back to being a good guy. If this fails, we can rely on the Justice League's strength to subdue him, or as a last resort, send in Alfred. He can take him no issue. I've watched enough Terminator movies to know if Cyborg goes rogue, we may have to take him down permanently. I won't end up like John Connors. Batman Contingency Plans. Codename: Shakespeare. Name: Alfred Pennyworth, also known as Mr. Steal Your Girl. Powers: no superpowers, but former military, hand-to-hand combat expert, firearms expert, always stylish, makes a mean cucumber sandwich, and has access to billions of dollars. Plans: this is a dark side level threat. Alfred knows everything about me and has access to all my resources. My initial plan would be to send in the Justice League, but Alfred has taken on Superman previously, and stomped his stupid ass out. I considered Green Arrow, but then I just laughed as Arrow would get stomped out too, but should do it anyway. If Alfred ever went rogue, no one would be able to stop him. With his drip and riz, we would all be powerless. How do you stop a man who once changed your bed sheets after a bad nightmare? May God help us all. I could go for a cucumber sandwich right about now. Batman Contingency Plan. Codename Orphan Demigod. Name: Billy Batson Shazam. Powers: Shazam's abilities are derived from Greek gods, but he must say Shazam to transform. Without it, he's a regular teenage boy. Billy is vulnerable as a human until he says his trigger word. The first step is a surprise attack using sound disruptors to block his voice. Damaging his larynx could also prevent transformation. If he's already in his Shazam form, we'll use a voice mimic device to imitate Billy's voice and trigger his return to human form, then restrain him. Despite his powers, Billy is still a boy with doubts. With help from Clark and Diana, this shouldn't pose a serious issue. We all know Oliver would be no help. Whose man's is this? I'm still wondering why the wizard didn't choose me when I was a kid. Guess I already had an Alfred. Fair enough.